appreciate the intro. It's great to be here at West. I was here the past 2 mornings as well. I can't believe I graduated almost 20 years ago. It's great to see some of my old teachers as well. Just really nice opportunity to come here and speak to you guys. So the topic today, as you can see, is Taxes and Loans 101. Taxes, credit scores, loans, and interest. No, it's not probably the most exciting topic for a Friday morning, but it's absolutely something that will be important for you guys as you get out beyond these walls, potentially in a few months or after college. So just a little bit more background about myself and some fun facts. Mr. Pat was actually my neighbor up until about a year and a half ago. I don't have any good dirt on him. He's a great guy, so sorry. Other facts, I played soccer and basketball here. Those of you that are on the girls' soccer team, Coach Zindler was my coach back then. His daughter, Josie, was actually the flower girl at my wedding. So, kind of a fun fact for you guys. I also met my wife when I was at Butler. She was at Central. And we took some accounting classes here. I never heard of accounting. And she got me to take an accounting class with her. And I said, sure, I'll do that. And here I am today. I've had a great career in accounting. Eventually married her, obviously. We have 3 kids, 3 girls. And other things that I've been up to, besides family stuff, I got my bachelor's in accounting, as you can see. I have a master's in tax from UW-Milwaukee, CPA, as Ryan said. And I started my career at one of the big accounting firms called Ernst & Young. So I worked there for 3 years. Did a lot of tax work, and then had an opportunity to go to Manpower Group and kind of broaden my horizons and do some additional accounting work beyond tax. So I worked in corporate finance there for about 10 years, and then now I've been with one of our divisions as a director. I build client solutions for our clients, and I work from home the past 2 years, which has been really nice. So that's just a little bit of background about myself. And so with that, you guys are all seniors, correct? So I know that's kind of a bittersweet experience for some of you as you get towards the end of the year. You're excited to leave, but also sad. It's a little bit different for you guys. When I was a senior, we didn't have social media, so it was a little bit harder to stay connected to your friends after you left high school. But you guys have all that fine technology now. So those of you that have jobs, can you raise your hand? Jobs currently? Excellent. So on Wednesday with sophomores, there was very few hands. Yesterday there was less than today, and it's great to see all the hands up here today. So a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about are things that you guys might know from just looking at your paychecks and have some exposure to. But absolutely, when you get out of here, whether you go to a tech school, start a job right after high school, go to the military, go to college, you're going to see all the things that I'm talking about today. So don't expect you to learn everything today, but hopefully you'll have some takeaways that you can apply in the real world. So with that being said, the real world is fast approaching for you guys. And being financially prepared is going to be one of your keys to success. So financial stress is something that you're going to have throughout your life, and your goal should be to try to minimize that stress. Because if you minimize that stress, the other stresses in your life will be a little bit easier to manage as well. So 2 things that I want to focus on, so taxes. So you guys probably haven't given much thought to taxes. Has anyone filed their own tax return with their parents? Those of you that work? Excellent. Okay. So as you get older, start your careers, taxes are going to be the first or second biggest annual expense that you have every year. So it's really important that you understand what you're paying, not just with regard to taxes, but all the expenses that you have in your life. And also, if you want to have kind of financial freedom in life, the ability to buy nice things, do nice things, you want to make sure you also watch your credit. So your ability to establish and maintain good credit is going to impact you and your quality of life. So credit, in case you guys may not know what that is, that's your ability to borrow money, all right? So it's important that you're able to borrow money to do some of the things that you'll want to do in life. Get a house, get a car, as an example, okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about is some of the common taxes. And most of you have probably seen all these, especially if you're working. So these are the common taxes that most of us see in our adult life. So income tax, federal and state income tax, payroll tax. Those of you that have jobs, you should see that on your paycheck as well. Every time you get paid, is going to be a line for Social Security and Medicare payroll taxes on your paycheck. Sales and use tax, that's one that you guys have probably been experiencing for a long time. As you go to McDonald's, Subway, or Kohl's, you're going to be paying sales tax on those purchases. And then property tax, any of your parents own their home? Raise your hand. So your parents are paying property taxes every year, okay? So let's talk about income and payroll taxes. Let's look at a real-world example. So you have your friend Joe. He started his career like you guys are going to be doing either in a few months or in a few years after he finished college, and he's super excited. He landed his first job, $50,000 a year job. Great job. So he was really excited to build a budget and look at what he could buy and also what he can save. So he did this budget after he got his job offer, and you can see he's got $872 left that he's going to put into savings after he goes through all of his expenses. So just take a few seconds and look at that list. I mean, these are real things that your parents are probably dealing with every day, these types of items. So look at that list, and I want to ask you guys, are there any observations that you have about this list? Anything missing? Well, that's the gym, right? He forgot a very big portion of his expenses. So when you get a job and you make $50,000, you don't have all $50,000 available to you. Okay? So he forgot a huge part of his budget. He forgot to account for income and payroll taxes in his budget. Okay? You guys, raise your hand if you recall seeing these two taxes, these payroll taxes on your paycheck. All right? You have to pay these. They're taken out. You don't even get to see the money. So the payroll taxes that you pay, so both employees and employers pay these two payroll taxes. So you're paying the Social Security tax and the Medicare tax. So the Social Security tax is 6.2% of your wages, up to $127,200 for 2017. So if you make more than that, so if you make $128,000, those dollars after that, you don't pay Social Security tax. So the max you pay every year, if you have a $150,000 a year job, is about $8,000 in Social Security tax that you have to pay every year. And the other one is Medicare tax. So that's 1.45%. And there is no limit on that. So the purpose of these taxes, so these taxes were established in 1935 under President Roosevelt after the Great Depression. The purpose of these taxes are to fund retirees, give them income, and also people that are disabled prior to being able to retire. So Social Security tax gives them a fixed income. Medicare tax helps pay for their medical expenses. So those of you that have a job, all the teachers in here, myself, we're funding this so that those people can have money that are retired or disabled. And one of the concerns with these taxes, just a side note, is that the baby boomer population is retiring very quickly. And there's less, the generations after have less children, so there's less people paying into the system. So the concern is, and maybe you've heard your parents talk about this, is that Social Security income may not be here for my generation or your generation. All right? So if we go back to Joe's example, you can see that on that $50,000 a year job, he's having almost $3,825 in just payroll tax taken out of his check. So he thought he was going to save $872 maybe to buy that boat, back to his budget here, but he missed $319. All right? So now let's talk about the income tax portion. So those of you that are working, you recall seeing the income tax on your pay stub too. You should see a Wisconsin piece and a federal tax, right? All right. So income tax in the United States, it's based on a progressive tax system. So what that means is you pay a larger percentage of tax at higher income levels. So it's actually a pretty fair system. A lot of people complain about it, but the more you make, the more you pay. If you don't make a lot, you don't pay a lot. So it's a pretty fair system. So states also have income tax. So if you look at the bullet there, there's 7 states that do not have income tax. Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. And Tennessee and New Hampshire do not either, but they tax dividend income and investment income. So there's 2 states on that list that that kind of stand out to me: Florida and Texas. So Florida and Texas are appealing for workers and retirees for two reasons. Good weather, right? Coastline on the ocean. And also, my in-laws actually just moved to Florida. They're going to live there part-time. There's no income tax. So if you're on a fixed income and you're not paying income tax, that's more money in your pocket to use for other things in your life. Anyone have family that retired to Texas or Florida? So I bet if you ask them, that's one of the reasons why they like living there. They don't have to pay that state income tax.